cooking. Gonna make us some food.
You know, one of the things I do enjoy about cooking is the fact that you can go down to the water's edge, grab your food, you bring it up. There we go there. Got some tropical rock lobsters, or painted crays as they like to call them up here. And within minutes, you're cooking something up. How about we have a painted crayfish omelette? Now, we'll leave those ones there. Here's some crayfish I prepared earlier. Now, I'm gonna cut that into small pieces. Now, you want it in small pieces so that it really thins out through the omelette. So I'll get some garlic. I'm gonna need some garlic. I'm gonna need some cheese. I'm gonna need some baby tomatoes. All right, I think that's about, of course, I'm gonna need some butter. Don't forget the butter. So let's get the gas stove going. So we're gonna get ourselves a bit of butter in there. Now, big helping of butter. I know butter isn't your best friend, but now there's one little ingredient that I'm gonna throw in the mix. I'm gonna go with a bit of bacon. Everybody loves bacon. Bacon is like your best friend, like butter. So I'm gonna grab this slither, that'll do us, about that much bacon. So we'll get rid of the rind, we don't want that. And we're gonna finally chop that bacon up. Now that's gonna be cooked in the butter with the cray meat. So eggs are the slowest thing, or the fastest thing that'll cook. Now you wanna cook that to the point where it's just cooked. And the reason for that is if you overcook the crayfish, it will go hard and chewy, and we do not want that. So we're gonna get that in there now. In she goes. Don't forget the garlic. Big helpings of garlic. Yeah, about that much. Now I want that frying up nicely in the butter, and you want that flavour running right through. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to break it up a little bit, because like I said, I don't want big chunks of the cray tail sitting in my omelette. I want to sort of have it evenly spread through. So I'm going to flatten it right out. We'll grab some eggs. So we'll get 4 eggs in a bowl. That's sitting there. I've got to be quick now. I don't want to overcook it. Now it's just a matter of pouring that over the top. Now I may need a 5th egg. As you can see, I'm not getting a lot of coverage there. So we're gonna chuck in another 2 eggs, because you wanna cover all of that. So I've got probably a bit too much crayfish in there. I probably could have done with half of that. There we go, that's better. So you can see the coverage now. Right, now I'm gonna let that sit there, and that's gonna cook through. Now while that is doing that, now I've got some mozzarella cheese, and I'm gonna sprinkle that on top. And that'll help give it a little, like a real sort of sticky, gooey texture. Who doesn't like cheese? Cheese and bacon, like best buddies. Probably not the greatest thing for your old diet, but I'll tell you what, sure tastes good. One other thing which I forgot to put in is some tomatoes. So we're gonna bust a few tomatoes open like that. We're gonna sprinkle them on top. Now we wait. All right, so quickly before I turn it over, I'm gonna whack a bit of salt and pepper on. Like that. Now we turn her over, and this is can be the tricky part. Just so you can get it. There we go, that's not too bad. Now we'll just sit that for a few extra minutes, and you'll see all the runny egg liquid that was sitting on top that's not quite cooked is starting to just ooze out the sides. That'll get a bit of heat into it and cook. Then we'll be ready to serve it up. Here we go, better plate that up now for Simon. Simon, you there, mate? Oi, Simon. I wonder where he's gone, but I'll just shove that in there. Oh. What's going on here?
We found a caveman. Does he belong to you?
I'm in trouble again.
Never seen that guy before in my life. In fact, you need to taser him right now. I forgot to feed him this morning. Maybe that was it. Is he in trouble again?
He's out wandering.
He's with me. All right, well, we're just having some crayfish omelette. You want some?
Give it a go.
Oh, let's rip her out. There we go. Grab one of those each.
Thanks for that.
Away we go. Here's a fork.
Fantastic.
So you were down the beach cleaning up the joint?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be too.
Little rip wrap.
That's great.
No worries. Oh, there you go, folks. Serve and protect and clean up the beach and crayfish omelette. grab a seat, mate. You gotta wait. I've gotta cook some more for you. So kids, if you come home in a paddy wagon, you don't get breakfast. There's a lesson learned.